Tony, you guys were up 10 and then 9 fairly late. Did you ever feel comfortable because Florida State was scoring? Seemed like every time
I
down.
didn't because I thought we were on the edge all night with our defense, and then they started scoring quick. They kept just driving it right by us. We didn't either keep a guy in front, gave up a couple key offensive rebounds, and then they're always with their length. I thought they were, we were playing a little unsound, and we talked about it, that one turnover we had the ball with Reese, and I don't know who it was. So some unsound play, a couple careless turnovers. They're not careless because they're always scratching the passing lane with their length and athleticism, and then us not being able to get stops. Now, they made some nice plays driving down the stretch, and again, kid hit an unbelievable shot with a second left. Armand hit a tough shot. He hit the three, and so put it in that spot. But that's a tough way for on your senior night for Kihei and Cody to go out. But they certainly made some plays as we always talk about down the stretch, and I thought we with the turnovers and the ability to not just get a stop cost us dearly. And we've been close on the edge in a lot of games. We've won some close ones. And you can't play with fire like that.
Matt Cleveland for them, who hit the shot. He scored their last 8 points.
Yep.
One, what made him difficult to kind of keep in front of? And then two, just on that final shot, obviously you guys don't want to foul. Was it defended the way you wanted? And just
I'll have to see. That's what we've done in the past before. Put a big on the ball to make the pass hard. Caden jumped up. They found him. I think he kind of went and broke back, and there was a little space, and then Armand, it looked like in real time, obviously didn't want to foul, but just tried to get his hands up, and he made probably about a 30-footer, it looked like, at the buzzer. So, I'll look at it. I don't know what much more we could have done. Possibly there's some other things, but yes, that we lost on that shot. But when you drop a tough game like that, you look at opening play of the game. We didn't even know who we had. That's a bucket. Some of those things should just not happen, and some of the careless plays that stings because that stuff we have to be sharp in those areas most of the time, if not all the time.
Further questions?
Tony, you do have a young team. A lot of these guys, with a future here at UVA. If it comes down to it, would you accept an NIT bid with this group?
I don't even know where we're at right now. Of course we want to play, but that's probably not the best time to ask me that. We just want to get ready, get rested, get ready to play, and play as best we can heading to Louisville, and then take it a next step at a time. So,
Caroline.
There's always a lot of emotion coming on for senior day, having those guys recognized. What does that mean? Just trying to look back at what some of those guys contribute, especially Kihei, but also coming off of Duke and everything heading into today.
Again, it starts with the managers, who are unbelievable in terms of their commitment to our program, to just really not be about themselves at all, and just they give, they serve. I said if I'm hiring someone, I'd look at guys like that first for what they do. Cody's had and Jaden Nixon, who's been part of this, and I'm so thankful. A couple of the years he's been here, we've been able to award him a scholarship. And great student, and you talk about unseen how hard he works in practice. His game's really improved. You wouldn't know that because you don't see him, but he's really improved his game, and he's just a wonderful teammate, and I'm so thankful for his time here. Cody's had kind of an up and down run, but he stayed faithful and just kept working, and is a great teammate and a fine young man. I told his parents that they should be proud. They raised a real good young man, and Kihei's story is really special for him. You think of where he came from and all he's accomplished, and again, this one will sting for him on a senior night, but it's just as part of this game. There's nothing guaranteed, and it'll be hopefully a lesson, and hopefully we'll grow from it. And there's not a whole lot of season left, so we apply what we learn and get as ready as we can for the next one.
Reese went out with 45 seconds left. Yep. You feel like he would have made any difference defensively at the end?
Sure. I hope so. I was like, what do we put in? Who do we put in? But it didn't feel like anyone had a particularly strong defensive game down the stretch. And I thought, I think there was an offensive rebound. But, yeah, he's got so much experience, and he's a very good, defender. And, I think that was important for sure. But Obviously not having them, we didn't, and still I thought Armand made a heck of a play. He hit that big three in the corner, and then he made a heck of a pull-up and, put us in that spot, but they made the last play.